I'm from the northwest of England, a city called Preston, just about 40 minutes north of Manchester. Me and the wife moved over to Denmark together. My wife's also from Preston. My wife has a good career working at UNICEF. So it certainly was never part of the plan. To travel abroad and have a look around was. But back in the day, no, it was not something we planned for. It just came along and then we've never looked back. The involvement in football is ever since I can remember. Before we moved into the Preston city, my dad used to run a country pub, so we had a big car park there. So on a daily basis, I'd be out kicking a football around against the wall and dreaming of scoring the winning goal for Preston North End at Wembley Stadium. So as long as I can remember, I've always been enjoying football, watching or playing football. We weren't really allowed to lie in bed. I still get up early to this day. And then when we were sort of old enough, not legally, but old enough and sensible enough to go behind the bar, we'd do certain jobs from Dad and run the bar. As a kid, you know, if I wanted any pocket money, I'd ask my dad for some pocket money, and he'd always say, yeah, go and do this. So I could get a pair of trainers or I could get a bag of sweets, whatever it be, but I'd have to earn it really. So that's the way we grew up. So being in a family business, we always had to do something. We'd always find something, be it paint the cellar or put the bottles on the shelf or clean the shelves. So, and then when we got to sort of late teens, we'd start working behind the bar and taking shifts from my dad. He always put me on the mad shift, I don't know why, in the town. I was always on a Friday afternoon when everyone was losing the plot. So it took me a couple of years to work out what he was doing to me. I left school early at 15 to pursue a career in professional football. I moved down to Northampton town on an apprenticeship. I wasn't good enough maybe, and I didn't make the grade, so at 17 I moved back to Preston. Started playing semi-professional football, having a bit of fun with my friends, going out in town, a few late nights, and then basically my mum was giving me a bit of earache about doing something more long-term with my life and getting a career. So basically, to keep my mum quiet, I went and studied full-time turf science at a college up in the northwest. I did 1 year there in a sports science course. Really enjoyed it. Signed up for another 3 years. Enjoyed that, and part of that course was to go down to Wembley Stadium, which for me, as somebody growing up, was just amazing really. To work under the Twin Towers and Concorde flying above, all these types of stuff, you know. So the idea was to be playing on the pitch, but I ended up looking after the pitch. So for me, it was the next best thing. So I joined Wembley mid-90s. They offered me a full-time job. Yeah, and that's when my career launched really, at Wembley Stadium. I think it's the, you know, I mean, I enjoy the plant science side of it and the grass and working on the pitches, you know. But really, it's being involved in football, you know. In any situation like yourselves, and you know, working in a football club it's a lifestyle really. It's not just a job, you know. It's a very antisocial job because we're busy when everybody else is having fun. We're in the entertainment business, so the connection with football. As I say, I'm a football fan, so it's part of being involved in football. But I also enjoy the grass side of it, the plant side of it. There's a science to it. You know, it's very, very variable in what we're doing. There is a science, but there's also a lot of things that you need to think about and work out and plan for the week and the long term and the short term. So there's a lot of work goes into it, but I really enjoy working on the pitches themselves, you know. And as I say, being involved in the day-to-day, the guys out training today, you know, having that, you're involved in the club, having the camaraderie with the players, the relationship with the staff and the coaches, and you know, the stadium environment as well. Yeah, it just seems a natural fit really. But it wasn't planned, it just sort of happened. But looking back, you know, when we get people with two good guys that are coming now full-time working with us, it is a good job. It's a nice job. But as I say, you've got to have the mentality for it, because it's not a 9-to-5 job. You know, you've got to live this life really. It does affect your home life, and you know, you are in at weekends, and that's how it is. That's life in a football club. You know, so like you're saying with the guys and myself, you've got to have the right mentality to work in a football club. You know.